Yeah, unfortunately, Holland, here at home, we're dealing with animals that are smaller than an elephant, your pets. What you feed Fido is important. More and more people are trying the raw food diet trend. And here today to tell us the pros and cons of that is our good friend, the vet, Dr. Chris Lapsley. Chris, always good to see you.
Thank you. Always good to be here.
All right, so let's get right to it. What exactly is the raw food diet? Are we talking sushi for animals or what?
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
Sushi, great stuff would be fantastic in some of these cases, and maybe for cats that would be good.
Right.
But most of the time when we're seeing raw food diet, there's a bunch of different varieties of it, but the big component is that it's raw meat, sometimes plus or minus your bones, some vegetables, grains, and fruits in some cases.
So, I mean, how did this come about? Why did people, I mean, like we were talking during the break, well, you know, if it was a wolf out in the wild, they would eat that. But
right.
The thing is, your pet is not a wild animal.
That's exactly it. If you show me a Chihuahua that can hunt a caribou, that Chihuahuas are in that raw food. But a lot of it comes from, hey, it's closer to nature. This is what these guys would be eating in the wild. Right. And for cats, sometimes that's true. But in dogs, as we're saying, a Chihuahua is not a wolf. They're not out there hunting. They don't need that bone meal. They don't need those raw foods.
All right. What are the pros and cons?
So the pros, a lot of people say that they're anecdotal. So we have a lot of stories you read online say, hey, his hair's been better, his coat's been better, he hasn't had diarrhea since starting. And I have seen some of that, but we don't have the research to back that up that says it's good. On the other side, the cons are where we really worry about this stuff. With a raw diet, we worry about what we call a zoonotic disease, which is something that dogs can give to people, people can give to dogs. And with that comes bacterial infections like Salmonella and Campylobacter, things that cause a lot of sickness in people, especially little kids, older people. And it's in the environment when these guys eat raw food. It's in their food bowls, it's on the floor when they drop it, and it's in their poop, which you're touching.
Right.
And it's a real quick way to get it into your system.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, so does anybody recommend a raw diet?
There are people out there that will recommend it, but in general, the AVMA, which is our veterinary governing body, the FDA, and the American Animal and Hospital Association all have negative position statements on it. We don't like it, we don't encourage it. Some vets out there may have ways that they deal with it, and you can certainly reach out and try to find some of them. But if you want to talk to us, we want to do something that's not dog food, we talk about home-cooked diets. These guys, they can eat chicken, they can eat broccoli, they can eat green beans, but it should be cooked.
Just cook it, okay.
Yeah.
What diet do you recommend? What would you, and you can name brands if you have to.
Sure, absolutely. So a lot of the commercial dog foods that have the research behind them, the Hills, the Purina, the Royal Canin, we like them as vets, not because we're paid for them. We don't have like a back alley where they're giving us a check every month, but because we have the research and the science behind their foods. I'll tell you, this guy, he gets dog food every day, and I give him some of what I eat. Like, if it's good enough for me, it's good enough for him, and I know he can handle it, but I'm not going to eat a raw food, and he won't either.
If you're looking at the byproducts in a bag of dog food, let's say, what should be the order that you see?
So you want a good protein source first, and it doesn't have to be something pure. It doesn't have to be. It could be chicken stock or byproducts of chicken or meat, something like that. Grains can be on there. These guys don't need grain-free diets, but just any sort of balance. You're looking for an AAFCO food, AAFCO. If that's on the label, if your vet is carrying it, it's something that's safe for these guys.
Excellent. Good to know. Thank you. Great advice as always.